What's going on, everyone? This is Erik from Full Mount MMA, and today I'm joined by UFC middleweight Jack the Joker Hermansson. Jack, how are you doing?
I'm great, my man. Good to be here. All good.
It's good to hear. Thanks for coming on. So you're coming off this big win over Kelvin Gastelum. That was a little over a month ago. You find yourself in another really big fight, another big name in the middleweight division, Darren Till. You're fighting him on December 5th. Real quick, how do you match up with him? How do you see yourself getting your hand raised on December 5th?
I think that's a great matchup for me. I believe that I'm superior in the wrestling and the grappling department, and I believe that I can hang with Darren in the stand-up as well. So I think I'm gonna do it to my fight. I'm gonna make him tired, and I'm gonna finish him. That's the plan.
Well, yeah, and I know I can't wait to see that fight. That's something that a lot of people are excited for. I know you were initially looking for the winner of Till versus Whittaker. Were you maybe a little bit disappointed that you're fighting someone lower in the rankings now at 6, or does it kind of make sense to you just how everything played out?
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Even if you always wish for the bigger fights and the higher ranked opponents, right now, when they are booked, I feel like Darren is the best option. So I'm happy with that during the circumstances.
Darren is also someone he likes to have a lot of fun going into fight week and really just outside of camp too. I know you said you're a fan of his. You think he's a funny guy. You get why he has fans. You tend to be you're very respectful in there. Not to say Darren isn't, but do you think you're gonna maybe engage, have a little bit of fun with Darren on social media and press leading up to fight week for this one?
Well, that would be fun. But I'm not great at this. So if he starts something, maybe I will catch up and go with it. But yeah, I think he will have to throw the first stone.
Well, you got to figure you're ranked 4. Darren is ranked 6th. If you win this fight, that's going to be quite a streak that you're on now. I mean, Kelvin Gastelum, then Darren Till. There's really not a whole lot left at the top. Do you see yourself getting the title shot if you beat Darren Till in this next fight?
Yeah, I think that's very, very, very possible. It depends because let's like the winner of Whittaker and Cannonier. They don't want to fight, down either. I believe that they will be first in the line, and then I believe if I win the fight over Darren, I should have the next one. That makes sense. So who else should I fight? Possibly the loser of the type fight. I don't know, but there's not a lot of fight that makes sense. But yeah, I believe I can be in a position for that fight.
And yeah, no, I certainly hope so. I mean, if you beat Darren Till, that's going to be really, really good for your own legacy and you in the title picture. Talking a little bit about this middleweight title fight, Paulo Costa, Israel Adesanya. You're one of the people that's actually been very outspoken in saying you think that Paulo Costa is going to win this fight. You think he's going to be too much for Israel, too much pressure. What do you see from him specifically, or maybe a weakness from Izzy that you think Paulo takes this fight the way that you think he does?
I just think that Israel, he likes a technical fight. And I think that Costa is going to have a lot of pressure and he's going to swing hard. And I think he doesn't mind to eat one, to give one. And yeah, I can just see his power and pressure is going to be a lot to handle for anyone. And style-wise, I think it's going to be tough for Adesanya. But that being said, Adesanya can catch him at any time. Costa is pretty open in his defense, but he has a good chin. So it's going to be an interesting one. And I don't see Costa as a big favorite, but I would give him the edge, yeah.
Who do you think's an easier fight for you? I'm sure these are guys that you're going to be matched up with not too far in the future. Who would you rather fight, Paulo Costa or Israel Adesanya? Just stylistically.
I would love to fight Adesanya, not like just because of his big name and people love to see Adesanya fight, and I would love to show the world what I can do to him. So that's why.
Do you, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because Adesanya, he's gotten, he's a huge star in the sport, cover of UFC 4. Everyone's talking about him. Meanwhile, you've quietly been climbing the ranks. I think you have 11 UFC fights. Is that right?
That's right.
Do you feel like maybe you're, kind of a dark horse, maybe a little underrated in this middleweight division? I mean, you've climbed all the way to, you heel hooked Kelvin Gastelum. I mean, Kelvin Gastelum was on top of the world 2 years ago at middleweight. Do you think that you're maybe a little bit overlooked, maybe a little bit of an underdog in this division?
Yeah, definitely. That's probably because of my style. It's not easy for everybody to appreciate grappling and wrestling and so on. But I think that if you take your time and see what I do, you can see that I almost finish every fight that I'm in, and that should be exciting enough.
Yeah, no, and that's certainly true. And as you keep winning, I'm sure the accolades will start coming your way. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Whittaker versus Cannonier. Obviously, these are two guys that you're very connected with. You probably are going to fight one of them. I know Cannonier you just fought not too long ago, but you guys are all just crammed into that, stacked top 5 in the middleweight division. Who do you think takes that fight? I mean, that's a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, that's going to be a cool one to see, and I believe Whittaker is going to take that one. Cannonier is powerful, but the thing with Whittaker, he covers distance so quick with his footwork, so hard for everybody to handle, actually. So I think it's going to be hard for Cannonier to find his timing in the striking there. So I give the edge to Whittaker in that one.
Now, moving back a little bit to yourself again, you leading into this Kelvin Gastelum fight, I was doing a little bit of research. I found your YouTube channel. You had a couple vlogs about weight cutting going to Abu Dhabi. Are you planning on doing that? Is that something that you like to do? You think you're going to do that going into this fight with Darren Till?
I hope so. I want to bring some content out there, but it's a little bit hard to keep it going because the guy that makes everything, he has basically just done it for free, and we will have to need to solve the financial stuff to make that happen. But I really hope so, because I think the content was really cool that he produced. So hopefully I can get some more out there before the next fight.
Yeah, I know. I really like those videos. We'll leave that linked in the description. Maybe boost the sub count a little bit, and then
Awesome.
Start paying them a little bit based on the ad revenue. Last question we got to ask. Jon Jones. This was just the biggest news probably of the month. Relinquishing his light heavyweight belt, moving up to heavyweight. I just got to get your take. What do you think about all that? How do you think he's going to do?
I think he's going to do great. Jon is one of those guys that he always gets better. The more resistance, the better the fighter he faces, the better Jon gets. So you can see in some fights where he's not challenged that much, he's just like lowering himself on that level. So I think that the heavyweights is going to bring the best out of Jon Jones, and it's going to be an exciting time. But at the same time, you want him to stay there and see what he can do, and you want to know who is the next big star in the division, who can beat Jon Jones. I guess we will never find that out. So yeah.
I guess that's the thing. A lot of people were they kind of wanted to see this Reyes rematch because a lot of people thought that he beat him. Would you have liked to see the Reyes rematch instead of him moving up to heavyweight?
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be good. But at the same time, Jon has he has been a good champion in some ways, and I think that if he's gonna go up, it's probably the time right now. So yeah,
that's true.
It's probably a good move. Yeah.
Those are all the questions I have for today. I wanted to give you the floor now. If you have any sponsors, maybe anyone to shout out, the floor is yours.
I just want to give a quick shout out to myself all day. Channels that I have, Jack Joker on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and make sure to check out my YouTube channel as well, Jack Hermansson. So So if you do that, I will be happy. Thank you very much.
Of course, and I'll link all that in the description below so everyone can go follow you on all those platforms. But yeah, no, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck December 5th.
Thank you so much.
Hey guys, it's Erik from Full Mount MMA. Check out some of our other videos, and if you like that content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you never miss an update.